everybody. It's Jamie from Play to Learn Preschool. Thanks so much for joining me. As we've been talking about in March, our students are learning some different nursery rhymes. Actually teaching them 8 nursery rhymes. It doesn't really matter which ones you teach. We just picked 8 that we had great books to go with and some good lesson activities. But nursery rhymes are super for students who are practicing listening for rhymes and predicting rhymes. They're also great for our pre-K students and even our younger ones who are emergent readers who need to practice and memorize a bank of known text so they can practice pointing to it for their concept of word practice, which we'll talk about in a little bit. Hi, you guys. And one of the things that we like to do as we teach each of these nursery rhymes to our students is to provide props so that they can retell the nursery rhymes on their own, because retelling them and saying those nursery rhymes out loud is a really good oral language experience for them. So like I said, we introduce one nursery rhyme each day, or some of them we are doing over 2 days, like the Hey Diddle Diddle, we had a lot of activities to go with it, and so it took 2 days. And as we introduce each one, then I have been providing some props for them. So when we're done with our circle time, they can go back and retell the nursery rhymes. Our students love this. We found them all month just acting them out on their own and getting a friend to come over and act them out, which is really fun. So I thought I would share 4 ideas for some retelling props. We already shared our ideas for Hey Diddle Diddle last week, so if you didn't catch that video, go back and look for the Hey Diddle Diddle video with our ideas for that one. And then I'm going to share 4 other nursery rhyme props that I think are super simple that you could use with your own students when you're teaching nursery rhymes so that they can practice retelling them for their oral language experience. So I'll show you the prop, and then in the comments, see if you can guess which nursery rhyme it is. Okay, here's the first one. Sorry, I made a little bit of a noise. It's a candlestick. Which nursery rhyme do you think we did when we had the candlestick? This is a battery operated candle. I took the batteries out, but it looks like a real one. And just a candlestick. And so this one, oh, Monica got it first, is Jack be nimble, Jack be quick, Jack jumped over the candlestick. And what we've done with this is, as we're saying the nursery rhyme, we put this in the middle of our circle time carpet, and I'll change the word from Jack to the student's name. So it might be, whoever's name. Emmy be nimble, Emmy be quick, Emmy jumped over the candlestick. And they can practice jumping over it, which they think is hysterical, of course, to change it to their name. And we'll go through each person in the class and I'll recite it, we'll all recite it with their name, and they can take a turn jumping over the candlestick. So it's a fun gross motor activity, and then they're playing with language, and they, of course, love to hear their own names. So any old candlestick will do. I just grabbed this one off of my mantle, but you could find any old candlestick. And in a pinch, sometimes, we even just use a block if I don't have a candlestick, and we just pretend that it's a candlestick. So don't fret over it, but a candlestick is a really good prop for retelling Jack be nimble. Okay, and then here comes the next one. See if you can guess what this one is. I have a crown from the party store. It was on clearance after Mardi Gras, and a little bucket or a pail. So which nursery rhyme do you think that we're retelling with a crown and a pail? Okay, it's easy. It's Jack and Jill went up the hill to fetch a pail of water. Jack fell down and broke his crown, and Jill came tumbling after. And of course, you're right. Monica got it again. And of course, you're right that, in the nursery rhyme, crown means his head. That's a really hard word for students to visualize or understand, that the crown is his head. And so I like to just bring out the visual of a crown and let them pretend. And we talk about how in the poem, crown means head, but we'll go ahead and wear a crown so we can remember the word. So this is an easy one. Any old little bucket or pail will do, like a bucket from your outside garden area. And if you don't have a crown hat, you could just do a sentence strip, with a crown on it. So this is a really good one for Jack and Jill went up the hill. Here's another one. This is so simple. It's just a stuffed animal. And we put it out so after we learn the nursery rhyme, they could hold, it's a puppet stuffed animal, but it's a lamb. The lamb's nose looked like it's seen better days. And so this one, can you think of any nursery rhymes with a lamb in them? Old King Cole would be a good one too. That would be a good one for the crown. This one we actually did, Mary had a little lamb whose fleece was white as snow, and everywhere that Mary went, the lamb was sure to go. And just like we do with Jack Be Nimble, we can change the words of this nursery rhyme to use our students' names. So I have a little one named Delilah, and we might say, Delilah had a little lamb whose fleece was white as snow. Everywhere Delilah went, the lamb was sure to go. And so her little friend can put on the lamb puppet and follow her around. And we like to do that with, with all the different students' names, or just with Mary. Any little lamb puppet or stuffed animal or any kind of little toy would be a really good one to reenact. Mary had a little lamb. Awesome. And then the last one is the one that we're actually going to do tomorrow. So I hope none of my current students are watching. But in this one, I have a shoe, and I stuck it in here so they wouldn't get separated. Some sticks, and a hen. Do you know this nursery rhyme? It's important that the shoe has a buckle on it. That'll give you another hint. So in this one, tomorrow we're going to be doing 1, 2, buckle my shoe. 3, 4, shut the door. 5, 6, pick up sticks. 7, 8, lay them straight. 9, 10, a big fat hen. This is actually a teeny tiny little hen out of our, do you call it the Little People, the Little People farm set? But that's all they need. It really doesn't have to be a big fat hen for them to retell the story. So these 3 simple props, some craft sticks, a shoe, and a hen, that's a really great way for our students to use props and retell the story of 1, 2, buckle my shoe. You could also, of course, incorporate some practice with the buckles, because that's such a tough one for our kids, isn't it? To buckle their belts or buckle their shoes. So anyway, I would just encourage you, those are 4 ideas, but encourage you to think of when you're teaching students books, nursery rhymes, fairy tales, to give them some very simple props that will inspire them to retell those rhymes or those poems or those stories during their center time, because it's a really great way for them to practice oral language. So those are my ideas for you this afternoon. I hope you found something that you can use. Thanks for all your comments. Exactly, that's once you Velcro my shoe, that would be pretty crazy. So, thank you for joining me. I hope you have a wonderful day playing and learning with your kids, and we'll see you again next time. Bye, everybody.